Welcome back to the class. So today we will do various methods to separate mixtures. As you know that mixtures are impure substances. If we want desirable components that we want, the pure substances if we want, then we have to we have to choose some methods so that we can get the desirable components. So here are some methods. So first one is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation. Condition is that this method is used only when one of the component is magnetic in nature, means can be attracted toward the magnet, but other is non-magnetic. Example, mixture of salt plus iron fillings, iron pieces you can see. So when we roll the magnet here, when we roll the magnet over the mixture, what do you observe? These iron fillings, they are magnetic in nature, they will attract toward the magnet, and what will left behind? Only salt. This is the easiest method. Next one is evaporation. Second one is evaporation. This is done for solid solutions. When solid is dissolved in water, then this method is used. Example, when salt is dissolved in water, you are having salt solution. Then how can you get salt from the water? Then you will use evaporation method. Now in the evaporation method, what will you do? Take a china dish, and here is a sand bath, and there is a source of heat, and salt solution is over here. When we heat this solution, what will happen? This water will start evaporating, and the point will come. At that point, this solution will become less, in less quantity. That will be your concentrated solution, and at the end, what will you get? Only whole water will evaporate, and only salt will left behind. So this is all about evaporation. And next one is crystallization. Crystallization, as I have explained here, you will get a point where this amount of solution will be less. That is known as a concentrated solution. And when you cool down that solution, when you cool down less solution, then after cooling you will see some solid particles at the surface. That solid particles, they will be known as crystals. And whole process is called crystallization. And next one is by evaporation method. The salt is prepared from the seawater, and after that one chemical compound is added, that is sodium iodate, to make the iodized salt, that is good for our health. Next one is third method, dissolution and evaporation. Dissolution and evaporation. This method is used when one of the component is soluble and another one is insoluble. You can take example of salt plus sand. When salt and sand mixture is given, how can you separate both these? You will use dissolution and evaporation method. What happens in this method? Take the mixture and dissolve in water. Just add the mixture, then dissolve properly. What will happen? This sand is insoluble in water, it will settle down, and salt will remain here in the water. Then what is the next step? To filter this mixture by using funnel, filter paper, make a cone of filter paper and attach over here. Then what will happen? Pour this mixture into this one. Salt solution will come here down, salt solution, and over here what is left? Sand. Sand will left on the filter paper. Now to get salt from the solution, which technique, which method will you apply? Salt solution is there. This one, evaporation, as we have done before. Okay, clear this method? Next one is, fourth method is distillation. Fourth method is distillation. This is used for solid liquid mixture, homogeneous or heterogeneous solid liquid mixture. Now what happens in distillation? First we will heat the mixture, then the liquid will change into vapors, then we will condense those vapors to make them again into the liquid form. You will understand with the help of this diagram. This one is a round bottom flask. Then there is Liebig condenser. This is called Liebig condenser, and there is a receiver. This is receiver. Receiver, Liebig condenser, and this one is round bottom flask. Here is stand, and then there is a source of heat. And here is a thermometer to check the temperature of the solution. We will keep the mixture over here. Now on heating what will happen? Vapors will form, then vapor will come, and one thing more, there is a water will go inside, water in, and there will be water out. So this Liebig condenser, it is actually the tube is inside and there is a jacket. This is called jacket, and here water will go in to cool down these vapors, to cool down these vapor, and hot water will go out. And what will happen when we heat the mixture? Then it will change into vapor form, and vapor form vapor will come to this side in this tube. Now there is a source of water, outside is water. What is the function of water? As a cooling agent, it will cool down the vapors. Then again vapor will change into the liquid form and will collect in the receiver. This is about the distillation, and another component will remain here. One of the component will change into vapors, then again into the liquid. By this method we can separate solid liquid mixture, homogeneous or heterogeneous. Homogeneous like salt water, then sand and water, that mixture we can separate by this method. Next one is fifth one is fractional distillation. Fractional distillation. There is little change from the distillation. Here fractionating column is added. This is called fractionating column. Like this, it is adjusted over here, and this method is used for the liquids which are having at least 20 °C boiling point difference. 20 degree or more. Boiling point differ from 20. For example, A and B liquids are there. You want to separate it. It is of boiling point of A is 100. Example, that will be water, and another is having 130 °C. So what is the difference between them? It is 30. So we can apply fractional distillation method, 20 degree or more than. So what will happen? 100 degree A and B both are here. When the temperature when we heat, temperature will reach to 100 °C. At 100 °C, this A solution will start changing into the liquid. This one is attached here, not here. this is attached to directly from here. Again there is condenser, everything is same. Here is condenser, there is source of water like previous. So actually A is having 100 degree. When we heat up, the temperature reaches to 100 degree, and there is thermometer 100 degree. Then this will start changing into vapor form. Then again vapor will come to this side. Then make the temperature constant to 100 degree until all the liquid is changed into the vapor form. Then again when the A is collected this side, condensed and collected this side A, then remove the receiver and attach new receiver for second one B, or B will remain here, A is collected over here. If more components are given and C is also there, it is having 160, then you can remove the receiver, because we want to separate A, B and C. So side by side remove the receiver. When one is changed into vapors, then keep the temperature at 130 so that B will change into the vapors, then collect over here. Then make the temperature up to the 64, or C will remain here. Like this we can separate. Next one is how to separate immiscible liquids. Now what are immiscible liquids? There are two kinds of liquids, miscible and immiscible. The sixth method is separating funnel. Separating funnel. It is like, this apparatus is like this one, separating funnel, and there is a stop cork. We can open it, and from upper side it is open. So separating funnel, it is applied for immiscible liquids. Means the liquids which are not dissolved in each other. There are two kinds of liquids which can dissolve in each other. Those are called miscible and immiscible, which do not dissolve. So this technique is applied for immiscible liquids. What example you can take oil and water. So pour this mixture in this separating funnel, then open the stop cork and there is receiver. Open the stop cork, for example this is oil and water. Open the stop cork, what will happen? This water will come down. Then when oil will reach up to this, like oil will reach up to this, then again close this one. Then oil will remain here in the separating funnel and water will be collected in the receiver. This is all about separating funnel. And next method is, seventh method is sublimation. Sublimation is applied only when one of the components, sublimation, when one of the component can sublime. Now what is sublimation? Sublimation is that in which a solid is directly changes to vapor without melting. As you know that naphthalene balls that directly changes from solid to vapor without melting. So sublimation is applied only for those components in which one is one can sublime and other does not. Here is the diagram. Here is the mixture of ammonium chloride, and sand. As you know, sand cannot sublime, but ammonium chloride can sublime. And next is invert the funnel, cover the funnel with the cotton ball. Then next again heat this one. What will happen? Ammonium chloride from the mixture, it will sublime and it will attach to the cooler part of the funnel. And what will left behind? Only sand. This is all about sublimation. Next one is, the last method is chromatography. Chromatography. This is based upon adsorption phenomena. There are two terms. Chromatography. It is based upon adsorption. Don't be confused with absorption. Adsorption, it is the surface phenomena, and this is the bulk phenomena. Now, surface phenomena, for example, when we pour water on a brick, that brick will absorb water for some time on the surface only. It will not go inside. That is adsorption. And here, when we pour water on the cotton ball whole will absorb water. Absorb. This is called absorption. When it go inside, water will go inside. Adsorption is only on the surface. So by this method we can separate the mixture which are the components which are completely soluble in the solvent. For example, if you want to separate the components of ink, that gel pen ink, you can separate by this chromatography method. So what happen actually in the chromatography? See this one. Like you can take there are two things, adsorbent and adsorbate. Adsorbent is that which absorb on the adsorbate is that which absorb on the surface, and adsorbent is actually the surface. So see this one, in the chromatography you can take Whatman filter number paper 1, you can take cellulose paper, and adsorbate you can take a solution like alcohol and water, acetone water. This is movable phase. So what you have to do, take a cut the rectangular shaped paper like this and mark the ink which you want to that ink which you want to separate the components. So make the dot over here, then dip this one into the solvent like water, alcohol solvent. Now the point will reach, you will see the different color over here like blue color, green color and yellow color. That gel pen ink contains two colored component, green and yellow. You can observe after some time after dipping this paper into the solution. So actually this paper is called adsorbent and adsorbate is your solvent. And this one, it will not move, it is the stationary phase, and this solvent is the movable phase. The components which you will get on the paper, green and yellow. Green and yellow, these are called chromatogram. The components are called chromatogram. This is all about the chapter, and in the next only the difference of mixture and compounds are given. Please go through from that by yourself, and next revise this chapter thoroughly. If you have any query, you can ask in comment section. Thank you.